this shirt, and I never raced a marathon. In fact, 1994 was the first time I saw the LA Marathon. I said, wonder if I could do that one day. And the pacemaker won it that year, I believe. And that was on my recruiting trip. And I always dreamed doing the LA Marathon. I was hoping when they announced that LA will host the trials, and I was hoping to do the course, the LA Marathon. But obviously, it's not going to be the same course. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to be here. Growing up in San Diego and living in going to UCLA and living in Mammoth. I'm a California boy, so I'm very excited for the opportunity. Many people are coming from throughout California, but also many other states.
A follow-up to that, what's the biggest change from when you were at UCLA to now? What's the biggest thing that's changed?
Well, Chris, for once, the biggest changes are I have no hair anymore. And I used to click, and I used to click, for like 5 times, small repeats, and you used to do like 422, 418. 412, 408, and Mark Hauser used to come and better that. He used to start that and then run. He actually ran under 4 minutes because we didn't train that day. But then 800s, my 800 PR is still probably from training. He used to do at Drake Stadium, we do 5 or 6 with Coach Larson and start like 202, 2 minute, 158, and 156, and then he goes let it loose and we run 153. So those things are not possible anymore. Just I'm not having hair. But just to be here, and I eventually want to take my girls to UCLA football, basketball games, and things like that as I retire. But I love sports. I want them to get involved, and they're here, and I'm just delighted to be running in front of them and to come back now. As a 40-year-old, it's exciting, because many people from the UCLA athletic department will be here and see me, and my PE teacher from 7th grade, and maybe from high school, and so it's a reunion almost, but in a positive way. So I'm excited.
You've noted that circumstances are very different from 2012, but do you take any heart in the fact that the Athens Marathon was a really hot one, and this one tomorrow is going to be fairly warm? And will we take anything from that Olympic race into this one?
You know what? I'm shaking right now. I'm cold. I took my hat and tell you it is, but I mean that's how I am. I usually have extra layer of clothes, but it's good confidence they have to run Athens. Everybody I don't like adversity, but sometimes you face them and you have to deal with them. People think I love getting red eye flights. I don't. I just want to get there as late as possible, and then red eye is the way to do it. I love running the heat. Absolutely not. But at the same time, we know that it is on 10:06 start, and try to ahead of time I've been keeping track, and I've been running with sweats and been doing a treadmill run and sweat like crazy. So you got to get used to it. I did sit on the sauna before Athens. I didn't do that for this trip because the virus sickness going around. I decided not to do that.
A week ago Saturday, where were you at? What were the conditions when you were training?
A week ago Saturday, I was in Mammoth till yesterday morning, and Saturday I probably wore like rain gear, t-shirt, long sleeve shirt on a treadmill at Mammoth Lakes at 8,000 feet.
You go outside.
I did less outside runs than I did in the past, just because Mammoth has been 50 degree or 45 degree, and I'd rather be inside 72 degree and putting extra layer on. In fact, one time I don't know if it helped. I didn't think it helped, but Coach Larson brought the space heater and put it by my legs, but the snow was so high I didn't think it made a big impact. But we're trying to do everything we can.
You mentioned that intensity of workouts has changed as you've gotten older, but what about the volume? Have you had to knock down the volume a little bit as the years have gone by?
Definitely, as I got older, my nutrition has changed, and my training has changed, and my recovery has changed. And I talk all about that in Mefamordos, but generation you can immediately or take 2 days in between. It used to be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday long run. I can't do this anymore. I got to do every 2 days, do hard intensity, and I feel my body to what I think I need more of, whether it is tempo runs or long runs and intervals. So, I feel confident about my speed right now, coming in, and my endurance. I covered the marathon more than a few times. So, I'm just thankful to be healthy and thankful that I don't have to prove anything. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, guess what? Another day that goes on. But I'm a competitive guy. I love to earn a spot on the team. I love to do it for my daughters. I love to do it for our country. But it is what it is. You can't play timeout or defense, and hopefully, I don't know how the other guys are, how much condition they are. So when the gun goes off, it's fair and square.
So how do you gauge where you're at in your training as those things change? Because obviously it's new kind of new variables and new things you're keying off of?
You change your nutrition, your training, your recovery. Only you know what you're going through, you know. And the clock doesn't lie. Just 2 days later, or it wasn't like a regimen Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday tempos. But the watch doesn't lie. You just got to be. I say, okay, I feel good because I had a couple of days for recovery. But it's consistency, right? It's about time over time to be able to do this over. You know, I have run over 100,000 miles, and that's going to carry you through to 26.2. Just how fast is the question?
There's certain benchmark workouts that you've done in the past, and how do your workouts now compare for those same benchmark workouts?
They're definitely slower, the train that I have done recently than that done 2000. I mean, I used to run 457 for 50-mile tempo with hills, and when I was going for Athens, but now I can't do that. And do I avoid hills? No. Do I avoid the push? No. You just got to be able to say, okay, I run 5 minutes or 5:02 for 14 miles. I'm happy with it. Why? Because you just got to get start line healthy, and the rest will take care of itself.
Are you thinking about approaching the race like you did in 2004 by hanging back and moving up through the pack, or are you approaching the race differently with the heat you're thinking about?
Oh, I'm a different kind of runner. You know, I've done it from the front, I've done it from the back, I've done it from the middle, and tomorrow is the magic. We'll see how it's going to be. I just want to be on the team, and I'm going to try my hardest. And once the gun goes off, I'll evaluate and whether I need to hold back or I need to be in the front. And you know, people are going to key off me, and some of those other guys to key off, and we're going to see who makes a move at what point, and do you respond to that or not? And those are mental challenges.
Matt, one point I want to clarify here for all of us on the record. Are you directly connecting hair loss in your 30s with a loss of leg speed? Is that a correlation there now? We can
Craig, I think there's a correlation.
Because I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling slower by the minute here. Okay. The next question is, you forgot to mention one of your confidence builders for 2004. You forgot to mention that you broke some guy's 10,000 meter meet record in Olympic trials, and perfect setup for a Olympic silver medal. Last question. Everybody has, or at least I thought in 2008. I watched your track trials. I wasn't there for the marathon. I saw you struggle in the 10,000. I knew you had a physical problem. Then you didn't make the team, and that fall I went to Olympic trials to the Olympic Training Center, and I saw you. Were you there for 2 or 3 months trying to get your physical things straightened out? And did you consider that career-threatening injury, where your career was in the balance at that point in time in late 2008?
Well, most definitely. The pelvic fracture didn't realize it 10 weeks later because when my good friend Ryan Shea passed away. You think health consciousness is not as important because you don't make the Olympic team a big deal. Who wasn't sitting to me next to the bus? That puts a reality check for you. But I try to come back too fast, try to make the Olympic team into 10,000. There's pressure when you got with the other company to make a team.
Sure.
And I don't have to have those things anymore. And but when I try to come back, I was trying to break 27 minutes in Brussels. My muscle in the TFL was not firing, so Chris Austin decided to advise me to go to Olympic Training in Colorado Springs. I spent 2 months. I thought it was going to be a week or so, but it ended up in 2 months just because, my career was in danger. It can be career ending, but at the same time, you got to do this one thing to make a difference.
Most runners don't shut down for 2 months to go into therapy and try to get the imbalances, but you felt seriously that this could be the end if you didn't get it straightened out.
When I go to a commitment, I go 110% all the time, and icing the shin or doing kinesio tape, KT tape, or whatever. Those things are mental. There was no guarantee I was going to come back and do in New York. If somebody tell me go do that and you're going to guarantee you do it in a heartbeat, but there's no guarantees. That's part of life. Try to do the best I can.
Hey, I'd like to ask you a question.
When you're in a race, when do you know I'm having a good day, or I'm going to have to push myself more, and I'm not having a good day, I'm going to have to really fight through it? When does that time come? Sometimes it's a warm-up for us, and sometimes it's not.
I really don't believe it happens in the warm-up. You can see how light you're bouncing and things like that, but at the same time, it depends. If you're going for the win, you're going to try to make the team, and those are the decisions that needs to be 16 or 17 or halfway. But sometimes you feel like halfway, you're like, man, it's going to be a long day. Guess what? Winning is out of the question. You're trying to make a team now. You hope that they didn't can see that, but I've been very good at assessing people and making it look like I just lost it, or when I didn't self-talking about struggle in Athens, I made these moves, so you have to, however you know it, but at the same time, you hope that the others are not seeing, because when you go to the bad patch of a marathon, you don't want them to make a move.
What are your thoughts about Galen moving up to the marathon, and also what are the guys you're expecting to see on the later stages of this race?
You know, it's good to see Galen move up to the marathon. I mean, I had one shot with him in the 10K and in 2008 trying to make, but I wasn't healthy, and you know, he's making that transition, and you know, it's good to see those 5K, 10K guys move up. But that's the way I did it, and you know, when is the right time? You know, if he do his debut here, it's interesting, but it's, you know, when it comes to the Rio, is I have enough experience or not? That's, you know, we will all know that later, and you know, there's other guys that should probably make a transition soon, but both men and women. But you gotta. You have to want to do it, and if he wants to do it, then you know, we'll see how it goes.
And who do you expect to see towards the end?
I can't say names. I mean, there's, you know, the times that have run and people and the heat and all that stuff can be a factor. But I just hope I'm one of them up in the front of the lead toward the end. So, you know, you're gonna see some guys that are gonna go hard and push a pace, and others are gonna be, you know, hanging back and whatnot. So it's gonna be a great, I think, great field for both the men and women.
Best of luck, man. Thank you.
And 4 years ago, you guys were a sub 450 pace for 10K and 15K. Do you see him more cautious early on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it can be early. Like Ryan wanted to make sure he wanted to go, you know, and that's the one way to get the 207, 208 guys. But somebody can do that. But you just got to know if somebody goes, who's that person? You got to look at the asset, their credential, and make that decision. But if legitimate guys go, and then you have no choice but to go, because you can't let 5 go, because 2 might bounce, but 3 will disappear. So those are the decisions.
If we're up with you guys, you know, past 20, you're going to have to make a move at some point. It's going to shake him. How concerned are you if you're down with him down the end?
You got to run a marathon. I mean,
There's a big difference from 13.1 to 26.
I learned the hard way, and you know, he has Alberto as his coach, and you know, he's run well in the half, but at the same time, you know, I don't count anybody out as long as it's starting out. You know, it could be somebody making their debut, or somebody else has had a great day. You know, we'll see. The race will determine on that.
Yeah, right here.
Okay. Kind of switching gears for a second, Matt. You alluded to so many of the athletes that for them, just being here is their Olympics.
Absolutely.
And some of them that should be here, JP Slater, justify a second. Anything
know,
you want to say to these guys? Because tomorrow,
I want to wish everybody the best they can. I know for those that are participating in the trials, go out there and make it a great experience. And we all agreed to make an Olympic team, but for some of you that make the Olympic trials, you know, congratulations, and you're gonna get a certificate with your name on it, with the Olympic rings and all that stuff. So, you know, we all started. Some of us started with running T-shirts and things like that, but you don't know what life takes you. So good luck and have fun there. And for those are contenders who, you know, we hope to send the best men and women to the team, and you know, fair and square. That's what it is too.
What about on that related? The B qualifiers get charged $30 to enter. You're kind of complaining about it this year. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I don't know if that's something new that you have to pay, and I know I have for membership, USATF, I have to pay my membership, you know, and it was $15 when I started. I don't know what it is now, but the New York Athletic Club takes care of it for me, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, there's some rules. We all try to obey the rules, but at the same time, you know, you have to go through that.
Yeah.
There's a process that USATF has regulation, things like that, and I'm always supportive of the USOC, USATF, to do the best they can for the athletes and for anybody that is trying to be active in the lifestyle sports.
Matt, you said you're not in 2004 shape, and so that's 12 years ago. How would you describe this 2016 shape? Is it a mix of a couple different years, like the best of, you know, what you had in 2014, or what are some of those components of 2016 shape?
No, I mean, it's huge to be able to do this fitness, and for me it's huge to be able to just run efficiently, run good times and things like that. But for me, you know, I can't compare to that. I mean, you know, those guys that are up 29, that's what I was then, you know, and if they want to do what I want to do at that time, go ahead and do it. I mean, I'm going to just make a judgment, and I worked hard for what I have achieved. And I hope they work hard to achieve it. And is it possible? Absolutely, it's possible. If I can do it, anybody else can do it. Not everybody, but those talented athletes, it's just going to take how they're going to do it, when they're going to do it. But I'm just glad those are off my shoulder. I can breathe better and go to sleep rested. And you know, but I like to compete. I want to be able to make, you know, I like to make one more Olympic, but it's not one. You got to do it.
Is this one of your managers?
How old are your daughters now?
Sada is my 8-year-old, and 9, 10 in March. I'm
What's your
sorry.
name, honey? I've met you before.
Sara,
but I don't
and then
remember.
Fiori is gonna be
Are they?
9. She's gonna be 8. She's gonna be 8.
In San
And then
Jose?
Johanna just turned 6 in January.
And what do they think of you running now? I mean,
What do you think
what do you
of
think of his running? Cool.
Remember in
So-
San
How's he gonna
Jose?
do? How's he gonna do?
Coming, that's why I'm like a little confused because there's like 10, 8, 6, but
And then it
March,
changes,
March is
yeah.
coming now is March 8th, and then March 24th they're gonna be 10 and 8. So and then
Is Dad
Johanna-
ready to go for tomorrow?
Did you make
Yes.
signs? Did you make signs like you had in San Jose?
They
Yeah, go
made a
Dad.
sign. So they made one for Boston. It was cool. We love you, Daddy. That's what it was.
Do kids at your school understand what your dad does?
Yeah, they made on the Boston Marathon. They made a huge poster.
Did you bring him in for show and tell?
Did you guys show out the one somebody that when they were going to school they made a
Oh, you have a picture of
poster.
it?
It's a cool one. His name is Andrew. Let me look at my.
Bring your dad in for show and tell.
Yeah.
I remember reading about that.
My dad's a banker about it.
That's how boring.
My dad has
My
almost
dad's a
like a medal.
dentist too.
Sorry guys, you'll like this picture though.
No, it's worth it.
I just saw white lights.
No, I know, but
Do you run too? Do you run at school?
Yeah.
I'm
She's
heading
so
out.
thrilled.
Did you say you're heading out?
Yeah.
He's showing us the
Just
picture.
showing us a picture.
Oh,
of the
okay.
sign.
I'm giving him the bums rush out of here.
Show you, right?
Yes.
Wendy Schule, I think. We have never met.
We were talking yesterday.
Man.
Yes.
Pressure.
Actually, yes.
Tweet it out. We'll see it. We'll see it.
Yeah. I mean, it's really cool. You guys were from San Diego coming up, so no, I should be on the first one anyways.
You probably have as many pictures on there as. Selfie?
No, it's just technology sometimes is a good thing and sometimes it's not a good
It's
thing.
too much technology sometimes. Here
Yeah,
comes Amy.
I'll tweet it.
For you. They know how to make a finishing cake.
Oh yeah?
Uh-huh.
Man, but if a guy like Elkanah makes